Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this crochet dishcloth. I also made a small coaster and a placemat, and I think it would also look really good in a table runner. And we're going to be working with a number 4 worsted weight cotton yarn and an H 5mm crochet hook. And we're just going to get started. We're going to make a slip knot. And for the dishcloth, I'm going to chain 26. For the coaster, I did 14. And for the placemat, I did 56. So basically it's a multiple of 3 plus 2. So for this dishcloth, we're just going to do 26. Just going to wrap the yarn over and pull through. Okay, so that's my 26 chains, and then I'm going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So we're going to skip the first chain here, and we're going to insert our hook into the second chain. I'm just going to yarn over and pull through. That's our first single crochet, and then we're just going to continue to single crochet into each chain across. Okay, and that's our 25 single crochets. And then we're just going to turn our work, and we're going to start row 2. We're going to chain 1. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch. And then we're going to single crochet into the first 2 stitches. Chain 1. Skip the next stitch to single crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, skip the next 2 stitches, and we're going to single crochet into the next stitch, and we're going to keep doing that all the way across. So we're going to make another 2 chains. We're going to skip the next 2 stitches and single crochet into the next one. Okay, and now we're up to the last 3 stitches here, and we're just going to chain 1. Skip the next stitch, and then we're going to single crochet into the last 2 stitches, and that completes row 2. For this dishcloth pattern, you should have 6 chain 2 spaces and 2 chain 1 spaces. Okay, and then we're going to turn our work for row 3, chain 1, half double crochet into the first 2 stitches. Again, the chain 1 does not count as a stitch. And then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to skip this first chain 1 space here, and then we're going to slip stitch into the first chain 2 space. Chain 2, and then we're going to work our puff stitch into the same space as the slip stitch here. So we're just going to wrap the yarn over, insert our hook, wrap the yarn over and pull through. I'm going to do that again, wrap the yarn over, and we should have 5 loops on the hook. Wrap the yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch into the next chain 2 space. Chain 2, puff stitch, chain 1, and we're just going to repeat that all the way across to the last chain 1 space. Okay, and so we've worked into all the chain 2 spaces across, and we're up to the chain 1 space now, the last chain 1 space here, and we're going to skip that, and we're going to half double crochet into the last 2 stitches. Okay, and that completes the 3rd row. And we're going to turn our work, and we're going to basically just continue with row 3 until we've got our width that we want. So we're just going to chain 1, and then we're going to half double crochet into the first 2 stitches, chain 1, and we're going to skip this chain 1 here, and we're going to slip stitch into the chain 2 space, and we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to work the puff stitch into this chain 2 space, and chain 1. We're just going to repeat that all the way across. We're going to go into the chain 2 space, slip stitch, chain 2, puff stitch, and a chain 1, okay, and we're back up to the last chain 1 space, and we're going to skip that again. We're going to half double crochet into the last 2 stitches, so we're just going to turn our work again. We're going to chain 1, and we're just going to keep repeating row 3. We're going to half double crochet into the first 2 stitches, chain 1, slip stitch into the next chain 2 space, and a chain 2, and I'm just going to pause this video and I'll come back to show you the last row and the edging. Okay, so I did my 20 rows, and now we're just going to work our last row of single crochets, and we want to make sure that we end up with 25 stitches across. So we're just going to turn our work, chain 1, and we're going to single crochet into the first 2 stitches, and then we're going to single crochet into the chain 1 here, and we're going to single crochet into the puff stitch right here, And then we're going to single crochet 3 times into this chain 2 space. And then single crochet 3 times into the next chain 2 space. Work 3 single crochet into each chain 2 space across. Okay, so that's our 3 single crochet into the last chain 2 space. And then we're just going to single crochet into the last chain 1 space here. And then single crochet into the last 2 half double crochets. And that's it. So we should have 25 stitches across. Now it seems kind of off that I skipped all the puff stitches and chain 1s and worked 3 single crochets into the chain 2 spaces. What I was trying to do is to pull the chain 2 spaces open a little bit so that it matches the little bit of lace that you have on the bottom as well as on the sides here. Okay, so then to do the edging, we are just going to chain 1. And we're going to make sure the right side is facing, so it's just where we left off. And we're just going to chain 1 and we're going to single crochet into this last single crochet that we made here. I'm just going to work 2 single crochets for now. When I come back, I'm going to work another single crochet here for a total of 3 single crochets into the corner. So we're just going to single crochet evenly around, working 3 single crochets into each corner. So it doesn't really matter where you throw your hook at this point, as long as you are consistent and as long as it comes out even. Okay, so we are getting ready to work the corner, and we're going to do 3 single crochet into the corner. And then we're going to turn our work and we're just going to work into the free loops here. And we're going to work 1 single crochet into each of the stitches here. Okay, and here we are back to the first corner, and we are going to single crochet once more into this stitch here, and then we're going to join that with a slip stitch, and we're going to fasten that off. Okay, I just need to wet it down a bit and block it, and it's a really pretty stitch pattern.